Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to make some Mother's Day gifts. Never too early to get started. Of course, these items can be used for any kind of gift or even for yourself. We're going to make a key fob and chicken pin cushions out of your scraps. Here we go. You can use this for a beanbag, a pin cushion, rice bag. Okay, so we have these two little squares. I'm gonna sew this with the seams on the outside. And I just cut this little shape to use for the comb. And I'm gonna put that sticking out of one side over here. For the little beak, I just cut two little triangles, sewed them together with black thread, and that's going to be my beak. Just going to put them in that seam. So you have there two 4-inch squares. You look something for the comb and the beak. There you are. And then we can just take that bottom and sew it just like that. Isn't that cute? So that one we will go across. I'm going to get it started and then I'm going to stop and stuff it. Just two 4-inch squares. Now I'm going to finish sewing that seam we started. Got the cutest little chickie. So I'm just going to pull it, put the needle through the button like that. The needle right back through there. Maybe I'll go through a couple times and then catch it back over here and just tie a knot in it. And that's just so easy. And there's your little chickie. Okay. I'll just cut both of these together. Right out. Let's just cut off a little piece of scrap from this black one. So again, we take our two 4-inch squares. Well, this is what this one's going to do. It's going to be sticking out about here, that little beak. And this time I'm not going to pin it, sew it separate. So I'll do something like that. Okay. And then that's going to go right back there. So on this one, that little comb is going to stand out a little bit more. And I think I'm going to just kind of pucker it a little bit. I think that might look cute on it. So I have the little comb stuffed in there and I have it puckered together a little bit. And there we have the little beak and the comb. We've got those sewn that way, and then we simply fold this that way to make the tail back there and it sit up, okay? If we want to put a little tail feather there, we can. So this seam here, instead of going like that, we just bring the seams together like this and have it flap just like that, okay? And I'm going to put a little tail here. Might be cute, but I've got to leave some room there to stuff it first. I think I'll just So don't forget to put the tail there. I'll pin it to this top part. Then we can go ahead and put some stuffing in there. And this time, I think I'll put a handful of rice in there. Put some rice in it. And then I'm gonna put some polyfill in it. And then we'll just close it up. We're just gonna sew that right across there. And try to keep all the stuff in there that's in there. Keep it in there. I like that one. Isn't that a cute little chickie? I think any mama would like to have that for a little gift for Mother's Day. Even without the eyes, it's so cute. We can still sew eyes on there. Wonder if I have orange buttons. That might be cute, huh? Okay. And I'll just come over on this side and put the other button. Do one more. I like that one. I think that's my favorite. So we have two little chickies, two little pincushions for Mother's Day gifts or for whoever, whatever kind of gifts. Trim the edges and then just put a little bit of fire to the edge so that it seals. Otherwise it will continue to fray and it'll be hard to work with. So I already have the little clasp onto the paracord. Put that at the end and kind of fold it in half, and then I thread on some beads. The beads need to be big enough that they will fit on the paracord. And it worked easier for me to do one bead at a time. It was quite a tight fit, but if I got the first one in and just pulled it tight against the edge, it worked. So slide that all the way up, and then we do a diamond knot. I hope you can see that good enough. You take the right one and loop it over the left worker string, and then you thread it back through the little loop that you made. It's just like 3 different little pulls, and you find like the middle that looks like a diamond, and then you take the right one after that, then take the right one and feed it up from the back up through that diamond hole, then bring the one to the left and put it in the same hole coming from underneath. What takes a bit of time is you get the paracord through there, but then it takes a little bit of time to work out all the lumps and everything. So you just have to work with it a bit and get the loops nice and smooth. And then if you want another bead, do it the same way. If the ends weren't singed, it would be really hard because the inside of that just starts fraying and coming out, and it's hard enough with the edges singed a little bit. Then scoot it all the way up and do another diamond knot. You loop it over, the right one over the left, and then there's a little, that piece right there in the middle is what you come through with that right side now. I know my fingers are covering up. And that's the diamond that's under my thumb. It got blurry there. Okay, and then that far left one comes under and right back up that same hole. And you have all the little weaving done. Now you just got to work with it and get the loops all smoothed out. I'm going to add one more bead, and then the last diamond knot in the paracord. When you're picking out the paracord, be sure that it is small enough to fit through a bead. There's different kind of spacers and stuff that are quite big. As you can see, it's tough to get both strands through there. Remember, it's two of them that have to go in, not just one. Okay, and then the last diamond knot. Hopefully by the third one you can see a little bit better how it comes together. That was probably my best one as far as getting the lumps out of it. Came together pretty smooth. And then you'll just want to trim the ends. You can either put some crimp covers on the ends of those of the paracord, but I just trimmed the ends and then tied a little tiny knot right at the very end, and then that also was singed so it would not fray. And there you have it. Nice little key fob. I've made these for gifts for a long time, and people really like them. Hope you do too.
2 little chicken pin cushions and 2 key fobs. Great ideas for gifts.